long a one as we typically do. But I have some really cool tools I wanted to bring to your attention, allow you guys to make sure you're using all the tools and have all these tools in your toolbox that you need to use. We might actually jump into a few things to show a few. I'm working on an article right now, and this is for a real estate magazine in Central California, and it's an article that I do every month. And the article this month, I made it about being that, taking that week, that whole week, and how to make sure that one, you create your ideal client for the week. What is your ideal client you're going after this week? Okay, that's number one. Number two, how do we take that ideal client and we make sure we're focusing every day our tasks around trying to capture that ideal client? And so I have an easy way to do it because it's not hard. It's so easy to do. And I want to make sure you have those tools. So I'm going to go over that a little bit today too. All right. All right. So first off, as we get started, I have a couple things I want to show you here. Number one, let me get this. I'm going to share my screen here. Number one, I'm going to go over Cole Realty. So a lot of you are trying to find out how to get phone numbers, email addresses of people that might be maybe default or maybe in a distressed situation where they need a little help. And how can we find them? Who are they? How can we find them? See if we can help them. Cole Realty has all kinds of ways to be able to pull phone numbers, neighborhood numbers, different things like that for your circle prospecting that you're doing. And this one's going to go a little bit along with how to set that week on fire and have a good, successful work week. It's going to go a little bit along that path. So because Cole Realty, you can pull all kinds of different numbers, phone numbers, different things like that to be able to, around a neighborhood, to be able to have a pull those names, to be able to go after those people to promote your weekly business in a neighborhood. Because what are we doing? We're selling houses in a neighborhood, so we got to be able to promote to different people. So that's one I wanted to bring to your attention. I'm gonna grab, let's jump over to Fellow. So I am a Dave Ramsey Ramsey solution preferred in Central California, and I use it for my team. My team does really well. We have a lot of opportunities. We just closed another Dave Ramsey lead. I love Dave Ramsey just because I like the people that come out of there. Wholesome people, typically, people that are just, after the heart of God and really just want have a heart for God. I'm sorry, and really just want to. They're just kind-hearted people, wholesome, kind-hearted, ethical, moral people. I've really enjoyed working with the clients I get from Dave Ramsey. And so it's a great one. And one of the people from our coaching call we had this morning, I have to do a coaching call every month with them, brought up this fellow. Never used it. So just know I've never used it. But what he said that it does is you're searching and maybe paying for leads on your CRM, right? It's a great tool to use. This one takes that to another level, another step, and it allows you to more get verified people out of there. So it's pretty neat. The way he explained it, he's seen a lot of success through there. So that's called Fellow.ai. So highly, well, I can't say I suggest it, but one of my coaching clients did suggest it. So there you go. There's a new one you can use. There's all kinds of different things you can use to get leads each day. One of them is your CRM, right? Yeah, are you using, there's Vulcan 7, there's Real Geeks. I use Real Geeks. Firepoint, great CRM. Conversion Monster. I've heard a lot of people use Conversion Monster, great CRM. I'm going to grab that one for you real quick and I'll open it up. Let me get that one real quick and oops, that one didn't work. Let's jump over here on a new page. Conversion Monster. I've heard a lot of people really like Conversion Monster. So it's a it's not I believe it is a CRM as well, I believe. So it does it all. I haven't used this one myself, but I've heard a lot of good information about it. So Conversion Monster, if you want to jump in that, learn more about it, just get on there. There's conversion/monster.com. Very easy. Whoozy. So Whoozy.ai, I am an affiliate of Whoozy.ai. I love Whoozy.ai. I'm working on it right now to help me with a magazine article. I write a lot of the content and then I put it in there and have it help me with my grammar and different things like that for some of my magazine articles, and it works really well. So Whoozy.ai is a great one. I'll give you that here shortly. I'll give you the link so you can jump in there. But to me, the coolest part about Whoozy.ai that I love right now is Satori. Look at it. It's kind of like, I call it the Tony Stark way of doing things, where you've got all these different, you know, things that are webbing to one thing, like Tony Stark uses all this stuff, moves it around, and then he creates this really cool thing here. That's why I like Whoozy.ai. I've been using it like mad. It uses ChatGPT, a bunch of other different things, and Satori's inside of Whoozy.ai. It's just another thing. So as you see, you can upload YouTube videos. You can't do that with ChatGPT. Right now, you'd have to copy the script and plug it in there. It's probably coming soon eventually, but right now you can't do that. If you just copy and paste the link, it doesn't read it. Not yet, at least. I'm sure it's coming very soon. It doesn't just read it for you, watch the video for you, I mean, and it doesn't work that way. So you got some videos in there, you got books. So there's already some saved books in there. And by the way, this tool is made for real estate agents. ChatGPT is made for anybody. This one's made for real estate agents. So if you're a real estate agent and you're looking for an AI tool that's just made for you, that knows how to talk like you, walk like you, act like you, and be you, this one is pretty good one. And I actually have my Satori up right now. I've been working on this article, throwing a few things in there, high level weekly prospecting. I already actually created this one in a video form. If anyone wants to get it, you just get on our YouTube page. By the way, this is all streamed on YouTube, and then we turn it into a podcast. And I can share that podcast with you guys as well inside of the group chat, so you have that copy. Let me get to the podcast real quick, and I'll share it with you. I'll even open it up for you. So we have this podcast, and this video is actually in here. It's one that I did the other day. It's a great video. I'll copy that link. And then I'll copy the entire link and I'll throw it into the group chat as well. So you have that. Let's see, chat. So here is that link in the chat. This one is this exact one that I'm working on right now for this magazine. I'm using it to help me create it. It works really well for stuff like that. Really, really well. The other thing I'll do is let's see, I'm going to share the entire podcast with you. Share the link, and you can watch any of them and catch up on any of these coaching calls in there. They're all branded in that podcast. So I just shared that with you as well in there. But anyway, great one. I really like Whoozy.ai. The next one, let's see. It was Fellow. I think that was it. I think that's all of them. I thought I had another one in there, but I don't. So that's good. Any other tools anyone using? Unmute and share right now. What other tools are you using right now that's been pretty prominent for you in your real estate business? It's been really helping you. Anything you've been using that's been a really good tool for your real estate business that you want to share with this group? There's always good tools out there. There's a lot of good ones. So I totally get it if it's hard to think about. Real quick and straighten that camera out a little bit. All right. So I'm going to touch a little bit on something that's near and dear to me because I cannot stand it. Back in the history of real estate, right? Let's just go back to the history of real estate. When people started, realizing that we can showcase this listing for anyone that wants to step in and look at it. All right. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to just open it up and advertise it for anyone that wants to come in and look at my listing? By the way, this was way before there was any social media, way before it. Okay. So what they did is they said, okay, well, we'll just open the door and let anyone come in and see the property we have for sale. All right. So first step though, we're going to go and invite the neighbors to come. And so that was how you did an open house. You just invited the neighbors. You had no rhyme or reason. You were looking for a buyer, and that's it. So then they started doing that. They started like door knocking neighbors and just saying, giving them an invite and said, hey, I'm gonna open up the door this week. They didn't call it an open house either. I don't even know what they called it way back then, but they didn't call it an open house. They just said, we're gonna open the door and we're just gonna invite people to come over and see it. Hey, we're gonna open the door to that house for sale and invite you. Would you like to come check it out? They would have huge open houses. All the neighbors would show up. It was like a block party. And you think that went away because you're putting signs out front, posting online and praying people show up. Some of you are tired of hearing me saying that, but I'm tired of seeing it happening. And then people say, oh yeah, it was a dead open house. Oh my gosh, I see it so often. Dead open house. Okay. Okay, well, what did you do? I put all my signs on every corner. Okay. Who's your ideal client? Who are you going after? Buyers, trying to get buyers in there. Well, what they found back in the history when they would start inviting neighbors in there is that typically someone else would want to sell. And so then they realized, okay, it's not about getting buyers in this one. By golly, that house is helping me get another listing. It's helping me list another property and another property and another property. So who's my ideal client for an open house? Who is your ideal client? It's your sellers. You want more sellers, right? You get more sellers, you get more buyers. You get more sellers, you get more buyers. So you got to get the listings. So your ideal client for the open house is to get listings, sellers. It's who wants to sell their house. And if we get some buyers for this property, excellent, because that is the residual of doing an open house, is that you might get a buyer, but most likely you're going to get a seller. I'm going to bring up Samantha Breach this week. So we have a listing that we put on the market in Oregon, and she talked in our, if you're on here, Samantha, awesome. You can talk about it better than me. But she was saying that she was so excited about this listing because she picked up a listing and two potential buyers, not for that property, for another property, just because of the listing. The listing brings more. So you want more listings. All right, so let's talk about how we're going to blow up your work week now. So what's the easiest way I can set up an easy work week so that every day I'm doing something. Okay, so the easiest way is, okay, so it's a new work week. It's Friday. Next week is Monday. I'm planning out my Monday. What am I going to do all week? I'm just going to go service a bunch of clients, right? No, that's not what you're doing. Your work week is set up in a way that you're going to have a good, successful work week. So first off, what's my ideal client? Who am I going after? Well, most importantly, I need to go after sellers. How am I going to go after sellers on Monday? Okay, not thinking about Tuesday yet, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. How am I going to go after them starting on Monday? Great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an open house on Saturday or Sunday or even Friday. If you don't want to work on the weekend, there's no rule to it. You just need a dang house. One. And then you're going to choose to attack that neighborhood every day in a very fun way. This is fun. It is fun, I promise you. But you do have to do the legwork, okay? You got to do the legwork. So say I'm going to do an open house on Wednesday. When do I start marketing that open house on Wednesday? Well, in order to do this very well and to have fun doing it, I need 5 days. I need to have 5 days. Plus, are you working for a living? If so, you should be working a 5-day work week minimum. So I'm going to start on Wednesday. If I'm going to do an open house on Wednesday next week. If I'm going to do an open house on Saturday, I'll start on Monday. Because Saturday, I'm just going to go do the house. I mean, other than that, I might call everybody in the morning that I invited and re-invite them, but that day is the open house day. If I'm going to do it on a Wednesday or Thursday or Friday is the open house, I need to start Wednesday or Thursday, Friday the week prior, okay? So for ease of a week schedule, let's talk about Saturday being our open house, okay? So we're going to start on Monday. What are we going to do? I'm going to go after sellers. How am I going to do it? Well, I've used this so many times, guys. I've taught this so many times, and I've had some good success from teaching it, but I've had a lot of bad success because people just go back to being lazy. Lazy agents. Don't be a lazy agent. Be a successful, driven agent. That's I want you to be, a successful, driven agent. All right, so let's go back to Monday. You can choose one of 5 lead measures on Monday. Okay. The open house is just the excuse. You can even cancel it if you want to. I wouldn't suggest it because you're probably gonna have a ton of people in there, but it's just an excuse to have a fun work week. So Monday, you have one of 5 choices. Okay. You can use Monday to call your sphere of influence, which you're just going to call them with a simple script of, hey, I'm doing an open house on this Saturday. It's at 1235 fake address. Just wanted to give you a formal invite. You think you can come and make it over to see me this Saturday? You've got to talk to people. So you've got to do this. You can send it via text message. You can send it via social media direct message, or you can do the better thing and call them. Okay, call them and give them a verbal invite. You find out those conversations are so fun. Hey, it's just a quick business call. I'm doing an open house on Saturday. I'll call you later. We'll talk about the new pigs that were born on your property. I always change it to different things, but so it's a quick business call. So I'll call you later, talk about the new baby that was born or the new puppies you got or something like that. Anyway. But first just wanted to give you an invite over to our open house we're gonna do on Saturday. It's gonna be over on 1235 fake address. I'm sure you might know somebody looking to buy. It's this price point. Do you think you can come make it over and see me over there? Invite them. Get a yes or no answer. So you can do that on Monday, or you can do on Monday, you can door knock around the neighborhood a mile away from the house. We're gonna leave the streets on each side of our street. We've got a street in the middle, and on each side, we're gonna leave those for another day. Okay. So you can do those streets on that day if you want. And then on another day, do a mile around outside of that. The reason why we keep the streets separate is because those people, there's a better chance that those people know the sellers of this property, a much better chance. So we're going to be very specific on that day. We're going to hit that one pretty good. And we're going to be giving these people a pretty good invite and say, hey, Jen and Jeff, so you should know the name of the owners of the property, by the way, because you're going to get neighbors coming in. And don't get mad if neighbors come in, because every human being that goes into your open house or every human being you talk to is a potential new client. So if a family comes in at 5 and you say only one family came in, shame on you as an agent. Well, I had a whole family come in at 5. I talked to 5 different people and I asked each 5 of them, hey, one of these days you're going to want to buy a house. Here's my card. Joke with them. Have fun with them. Hey, I know you're only 12, but one of these days you're going to want to buy a house. So here's my card. As the parents are laughing because you're talking to their 12-year-old and handing their 12-year-old a card. Just remember, that 12-year-old will buy someday. But you're every human being that comes into that house, I'm joking. That's the joke one. But you do it. I would do it. I've done it. It's fun. Hand cards to everyone if you have cards. If you don't, try to get contact numbers for every one of them, because that's a better way to do it. You'll hear me talk about that on that podcast I did that I shared with you earlier. That's what you do. Your goal is, I don't even like taking flyers when I door knock. I just like to say, hey, I'm going to do an open house on this property over here on this street this Saturday. Just wanted to give you a formal invite. It's going to be a special one. We promised the seller we're going to make a big bash out of it, going to invite all the neighbors to come in. So this is your formal invite. Will you come to the open house? And you give them a formal invite to come. Save the streets for another day. So that could be on Monday too. So now I gave you 3 options. Fourth options, invite your vendors. Okay, you need to get them into the open house. That's your home inspectors that, invite your home inspectors, guys. Invite them because they know other people. Okay, they know people. Invite your plumbers, invite your contractors, invite your electricians, invite your attorneys. That's a big one. Invite your attorneys, invite your dentist to get your dentist done, your teeth done this week. A lot of times the dentist likes to say, mine, no, mine does, always asks me about real estate. Hey, how's real estate been? Going good. When are you going to buy, by the way? And when are you going to use me? Joke with them, have fun with them. This is a fun job. Hey, when are you going to buy, by the way? And when are you going to use me? Who's your agent? Come on, give me a chance. Joke with them, have fun. Your dentist, your doctor, all right? It doesn't matter. Your lenders, invite them. They know buyers. Who are they giving leads to? How about your escrow officers? Invite them. So that's another day. All right. So I just gave you several different options for Monday. What about, there's another one. For sale by owners and expireds. I love this one because they want to sell. And what is our ideal client? Sellers. And you know that these people want to sell. So you can typically go call them and get a door slammed in your face and say, hey, I am a realtor. I know someone on our team. Hernan got his first door slammed in his face this week. Great job, Hernan. Got a little uncomfortable. Way to go, man. It's okay. Have a reason for that is a lot less chances when you approach for sell by owners and expireds if you have a reason. Hey, I'm doing it. Don't you have to say I'm a realtor. Hey, I'm doing an open house this weekend. Wanted to give you an invite. I know yours is on the market or yours was on the market. And want to know if you want to see what is selling right now. I just wanted to give you a formal invite. I told the sellers I'd reach out to all the for sale by owners in the area and see if they want to come over as well, because they may have had a buyer that wasn't a good fit for yours. Price was too low. If you have that contact info, I'd love to see if they're interested in this one. So will you come this weekend and come check it out? It's this Saturday at 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Usually you do 12 to 3 or 11 to 2 or something like that. By the way, a lot of realtors do too short of open houses. Think of new construction. They're open for 8 hours. They might sit there all day and no one show up. Okay. You are doing a 3 hour open house. I'm going to shout out to Vicky. Okay, Vicky Livingston. She did 2 open houses this last weekend. Way to go, Vicky. Great job. 2 open houses this weekend. I think she did a 10 o'clock to noon. No, she did a 11 to 3, and then she went back and did a 5 to 7. So she did 2 in the evening and 11 to 3 during the afternoon. So she did 5 hours of an open house that day. But she switched it up to another property. She moved around. That's okay. But if you're going to get out and work, go work. If you sit in that house for 5 hours, guess what? During that 5 hours, you have a ton of work to do. Jump on Cole Realty that I showed you about earlier and start circle prospecting and invite these people in there, because you can get their phone numbers off of their email addresses, and you can start reaching them, just give them a formal invite. All right, so I gave you 5 great things to work on. Now, just think about if you have a goal. I have a goal of talking on Monday. I'm going to call SOI and I'm going to give 20 people. I've got to verbally talk to 20 people and give them an invite to my open house. There's 20. I'm going to door knock 100 doors around, or until I talk to 20 people around the house. There's another 20 people I talk to, and it's only Tuesday. I'm going to hit the neighborhood of, that's probably about 40 homes, maybe 30 homes around. And I'm going to give a verbal invite to this open house. Say you talk to 10. Now you've talked to 50 people. Okay, 20, 40, 50. Talk to 50 people and it's Wednesday. I'm going to call vendors. That's an easy one because all of them want your business. They all want your business, gatekeeper. So you're going to talk to 100% of 20 vendors. Okay, 100% of 20 vendors. If you say, hey, Mr. Electrician, give me a call back. I have a question for you. That electrician will call you back because they want your business. If they don't, move on to another electrician. It's a very important thing on your vendor list. If one's not going to call you or return your call, move on to the next. Okay, so there's another 20 people you talk to. You're up to 70 people so far, guys. 20, 40, 60 plus 10 of the neighborhood have talked to 70 people and just gave them an invite. Who are we missing? Or sell by owners. What if we only talk to 5, maybe 10 in the neighborhood? Let's say 5, 75 people we talked to so far and given an invite to this open house. Okay, who are we missing? I think that's it. I think we got them all. Did we get them all? 75. 75 contacts in 1 week. How many potential opportunities did you give yourself to pick up a listing? How many? You gave yourself 75 opportunities. What if you got 100% return? 75 new listings in 1 week. That'd be awesome. Let's say you get 50% return. What if you get 10% return? What if you get 1% return? What if you only get 1 listing? Was it worth it? If you're not saying yes right now, you're fooling yourself. If you get 1 listing with a week's work, and so you do this every week. So it's goals. We set goals and we chase them. We do the hard things. So if you say, I'm going to do 1 open house per week over the next month, this is the best time to do it, guys. Best time to do it. We're in April to May. Blooms are out. It's warmer weather. People want to get out and about. So if this next month you plan one open house a week and you do this type of lead generation on that one open house you do per week, you're going to give yourself a chance. If you only get one listing or one buyer off of doing this, which you will get more. You will get more. If you listen to me and do with the plan I just said, I'm telling you, you're going to get more than one, but you're going to at least get one. That's a good ratio. If you get one person, that's 4 new listings a month or 4 buyers a month. It's pretty simple and it's fun. It's got to be fun. So to be a top producer doesn't mean you have to go invent the wheel and do something crazy. It just means you have to work the job you currently signed up to work. So pretty simple. Anyone have any questions on that? Any thoughts? Anyone do it and have a successful return? No?